Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be telling you how to install the aluminum rally style pedals on your 2023 or 2024 Subaru Outback Wilderness. That would be these guys. Now, if you have a 2022 Outback Wilderness, you're probably thinking to yourself, but wait, I already have those. And you would be right. Unfortunately, for those of us with the later Subaru Outback Wilderness models, we did not get these. Now, they're not an important part, which is part of the reason that Subaru decided not to continue using them, but they are a cool aesthetic piece that is a throwback to Subaru Rally's heritage, and me coming from an STI who had these pedals in my old car, I really wanted to install these on the Outback. Now, from what I understand in forum posts, it's pretty simple. Basically, the accelerator pedal is the whole assembly, and there are just two 10 millimeter bolts that come out, and then we unclip the fly-by-wire cable here, bolt it right up, reconnect the cable, and we're good to go. The brake pedal, on the other hand, is a little bit harder because it fits very snugly over the brake pedal. So the brake pedal is fixed to the car. It doesn't come out like this does, from what I understand. And it's a metal piece, whereas most of this assembly is plastic. And the rubber pad that's on the car right now will slide off, and then I don't know if you can see the indentations here. This will slide over the brake pedal, and it's a little bit difficult to do from what I understand. So believe it or not, this should be the harder of the two installs. Now, I also bought this dead pedal off of Amazon. This is an aftermarket dead pedal for older Subarus. I don't know if it fits on the Outback Wilderness. I saw a forum post where somebody said it did, and this was the link they provided, but they said, and I quote, it needed some work, and they didn't necessarily elaborate on what that work is. So I don't know if we're going to have to cut anything or drill anything or yada, yada, yada. I guess we'll find out when we get there. So before we go outside and actually install these on the vehicle, I did want to mention a couple things briefly. Number one are the part numbers, which are important if you want to install these on your car. So these two are OEM Subaru parts. I will put the part numbers in the description down below, and you can order these from either your local dealership or whatever parts supplier that you would like. Just be aware, though, that because these technically aren't Outback Wilderness parts anymore, you don't want to put your VIN in to confirm that the parts fit. You can skip that because what will happen is the Subaru dealership will get back to you and they'll say, hey, these are the wrong parts for your vehicle and we're not going to fulfill the order. The other thing to note is because these are special order parts, you're not going to get a refund for these if you mess something up. And it's going to take a little while for these to show up. It took me about 2 weeks to receive these, and that's because I live on the East Coast. These were coming from a warehouse on the West Coast. The Subaru dealership that I ordered them from shipped them to them, and then they shipped it to me. And because there was a little bit of a problem along the way, it took a little while. So most people will receive these probably within a week of ordering them, but just be aware that it can take a little bit longer. So with that being said, oh, one more thing I forgot. This guy. So like I mentioned before, this isn't an OEM part. This is an aftermarket component that I got from Amazon. So if this fits, and again, I'm not sure, we're going to find out together. I will put the link in the description to this on Amazon if you want a metal dead pedal to match your accelerator and your brake pedals. So with that, let's go outside and install these on the car. Okay, so it's a little colder out than I had hoped, but still should be warm enough to do this. So I've got all my parts laid out here. I've got my dead pedal, I've got the brake cover, and I've got the accelerator assembly. And then the parts you're going to need for this are going to be some kind of wrench with a 10 millimeter socket, probably an extension because it's pretty tight in there, a trim removal tool for the dead pedal, a razor blade also for the dead pedal, and then I have a multi-tool just in case. So I'm going to start with the accelerator pedal just because it's supposed to be the simplest one. So there's one 10 millimeter right there, and then you can't really see it. There it is. There's another 10 millimeter right where my finger is. So we're going to take those off, and then we're going to unclip this right here, And then we're gonna install this and replug everything or rescrew everything back in. Okay, so the rubber, or plastic I should say, accelerator pedal is out. I ended up actually using an impact. I don't have a small socket, so it was really difficult for me to get in there. So I ended up just using this to get the lower 10 millimeter out. It's barely hand tight, or at least mine was. So you don't actually need the impact. It's just a lot quicker to use this. Also, I took the bolts out first. And then I disconnected this so that you can twist the connector around and get a good purchase on the clip, so you can pull it out without breaking it. So what I'll probably do is I'll reconnect the replacement one first, and then I'll put it back or bolt it back into place. Okay, now you can see that the accelerator is in, and we've moved on to the brake pedal. Now, the brake pad is very easy to remove because this entire piece is rubber, and so you can just reach around it and it comes right off. Honestly, kind of a little bit scary at how easy that comes off, but I've never heard anyone having a problem with this, so I suppose it's fine. But you can kind of compare the two here. So what we're probably going to have to do is we're probably going to have to heat this up, probably with a hairdryer. I don't want to use a heat gun because I don't want to ruin this. But I'm going to try to heat this up because this rubber doesn't seem to be as pliable as this one does. And it's going to be a pretty tight fit. So we're going to try that and see what happens. Okay, so the brake cover is on, and it was about as hard as I thought. It's not too difficult. It's just a little bit annoying because it's going to probably take multiple attempts, and it is going to require some heat. I did end up using a heat gun. I was just very careful not to heat it too much and start to deform things. But basically what you want to do, and this is the old brake pad and it works the same way, is you want to slide it up over the metal plate from the bottom. You don't really need to apply heat to this section. You want to apply the heat up here because basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your fingers kind of like this and you're going to pull it up once you've gotten it over the bottom part of the brake cover. I'm sorry, it's hard to do holding the phone and showing you, but you want to basically slide it from the bottom and then loop this over the top. And then once you have it over, so you can see now I'm using the front facing camera, but you can see that it is on correctly. So both this corner and where is it? This corner are both on, all the way across the top it's on, and oops, all the way along the bottom. Okay, so the dead pedal came off a lot easier than I thought, and you can see that it is clipped in place with these very annoying, oh, where's the other one? Oh, here it is. These rather annoying sort of serrated clips. I'm probably going to get new ones just in case. They look fine, but I didn't think to get new ones. I didn't really know what those clips were, so now you know they look like this. But the dead pedal is just hot glued to the carpet, and as you can see, most of the hot glue in my case missed. So I'm gonna just very carefully cut this off with a razor. I don't know that I necessarily want to glue this back on because I don't think there's enough here for the hot glue to bind to. But if it moves around, I do have a hot glue gun, so I can hot glue it if I need to, but I'm just gonna try to make sure this fits first before I do anything else. All right, so we are done. The dead pedal went in really easily. It does fit, however, it's a bit, because the carpet is so thick down here and the metal dead pedal is quite a bit thicker than the rubber one, This clip down here barely has a purchase. It's not a huge deal because it's, you know, it's not a real pedal. So I'm not too worried about it coming out. However, I'm probably going to try to find a longer one of these clips so that I can just throw that in there and not have to worry about it, because the top really doesn't move, but the bottom does a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on camera. But that, get these out of the way. That is pretty much it. I'm very happy with this. I really wish it had come from Subaru like this. I know to a lot of people it probably isn't going to matter too much, but I'm just I'm very happy that I finally got these in, and I hope this install video was helpful for everybody. One thing that I realized I had forgotten to mention during the video is on the forums I read a comment that someone said make sure that the car is off for at least 20 minutes and the vehicle key fob is nowhere near the car when you do this, so that yeah, I guess like this, something about this module up here needing to be recalibrated if you don't do that. I don't know if that's true or not. I just did that out of abundance of caution. I actually left the car off for about half an hour unlocked, and I left the key fob inside while I did this. So yeah, that's it. Hope everyone enjoyed, and maybe we'll do another install video for something else soon. Take care.